Hi, I'm Kelli Holsendolph, your host of The Park Show. Today's topic, art in the parks. And since there's so much ground to cover, I've asked my colleague to help me on a mission to find it. Hey, Leslie.
Hi, Kelly. We've picked a great place to start our search. We're here at the gift shop at Brookside Gardens, and there is so much creative and inspirational artwork by local artists.
Leslie, I know I've had my eye on several goodies in here, but I'll have to buy them when we get back because right now we're on a mission to find beauty, creativity, inspiration. Not a bad laundry list.
No, it's not. Let's get started right now.
You bet, Sherlock. Okay, so I drove up to Boyd's to meet with art teacher Roulé Boo at his home studio, his private home studio, to talk about a national junior duck stamp competition. He put Montgomery County, him and his students, on the map. Let's go find out more. Hey, Roulé.
Hello, Kelly.
How are you? Good. What's going on?
Oh, we are working on the painting and the drawing for the Junior Duck Stamp Contest.
Now, what's the Junior Duck Stamp Competition?
Junior Duck Stamp Competition is a national competition from Fish and Wildlife Service. The winner's design becomes the stamp. And each state competes first to have the best of show, which goes to the national. My student Richard Zhao's painting won the last year's best of show.
In 2007. Wow.
Yes.
Now, is Richard competing again in 2008?
Yes, he is painting this one. It's still in the process. The deadline is March 15th.
For this year's competition?
Yes.
Very cool.
So my students are still working on that.
About how many students do you think you have entering the competition this year?
Probably around 30.
30?
Yeah.
And what age groups are we talking? Are we talking little teeny kids to teenagers, or what's the range?
There are 4 different age groups in this competition. So these kids are from 10th grade to 12th grade, and these kids are from 7th grade to 9th grade. And we also have the younger one, kindergarten to 3rd grade, and 4th grade to 6th grade.
Now, where do your kids get their inspiration to draw such beautiful works of art?
For this competition, the paintings should be original, which cannot use these published photos from the website.
So they got to see it in action.
Exactly. So my students go to the park, like in Montgomery County, we can go to the Black Hill Park,
very
with Seneca Creek Park. So they took the photo, they observed the ducks, then they can took the photo back to studio to paint.
And last year, the Parks Department in Montgomery County was lucky because Black Hill Regional Park actually hosted those Maryland Best of Show winners you were talking about, and Richard Zhao's work was there. We don't know who's hosting the competition, the winners this year. Do you have any idea of where people can see these brilliant young artists' work?
The Maryland Winners Competition in Laurel, in May, they will show the winners' painting this year, and also people can find the information on the website.
Thank you so much, really, for
You're
joining
welcome.
me. All right, Leslie, that's one for me. What do you have up your sleeve?
Well, let me check, Kelly. Oh, that's right. Free art exhibits. I'm here at the Art Gallery at Brookside Gardens. Did you know that they promote art through show opportunities by working with local artists and public sector agencies such as the Montgomery County Arts Council and the Public Arts Trust? Well, when I said gallery, I really should have said that we have 4 gallery spaces here in the Visitor Center. Let's go see some of them. I'm in the atrium now, but we can hold up to about 60 pieces of artwork at any given time during our exhibits. And behind me, we're lucky enough to also share space with the Ikenobo School as they prepare their setup for their Ikebana flower arranging, which is the 500-year-old art of Japanese flower arranging. That's just one of the many other uses of this atrium and the space of the Visitor Center. Each show generally lasts 2 months and has 3 different artists or groups of artists displaying their work. What's really incredible is that approximately 60,000 visitors come through these doors to view each show. But what most people don't know is that much of the art is for sale. In fact, I just bought this beautiful painting by one of the artists for my personal collection. This gallery is so popular that it's already booked into 2011. But if you'd like to find out more information about applying to hang your art here or to take classes at Brookside, please go to our website at www.brooksidegardens.org to learn more. Now we're looking at work by nationally known artist Candy Phillips. Candy also teaches at the Brookside Gardens School of Botanical Art and Illustration over at McDermott Gardens in Bethesda, Maryland. And that's where I'm headed next. So Kelly, where in the world are you going?
I'm here at Locust Grove Nature Center in Bethesda, where art, creativity, and imaginations are running wild. We have the traditional with nature photography. There's a new show opening in the spring. And then outside, there are bear carvings in an up-and-coming children's exploration area and a very special vine project. Luckily today, we have the artist of that project with us here today, Deborah Purcell. Hi,
Hello.
Deborah.
Hello.
Tell me a little bit about the vine project.
Well, Vine Project started off as a most ugly plastic anchor, 11-foot anchor fence, and surrounding our beautiful butterfly garden, and it looked like a prison. I walked up to it, looked at it, started crying. It's like, this is just won't do.
Now, the Parks Department put the fence in to keep the deer out.
To keep the deer out, yes, but it was ugly. So what I decided to do was to camouflage the fence with natural, mostly vines, all different pieces of bark, whatever I found.
And all natural materials.
All natural materials, yeah. And there's two gates. The main gate is called Queen Victoria Gate because there was one vine that they were taking down. It was an invasive vine. Nobody wants this vine. Took 6 men to pull her down from her royal throne up in the tree. Then I had to get her mounted up onto this 11-foot fence. She managed that. So that's Queen Victoria door. Gate. When I first saw it, I thought of a wave crashing and a yin-yang sign in it.
Now, this is important too because I know there's a space on the gate where there's other people, other artists can contribute their creativity and their ideas and their vision too.
Yeah, and there is a sign you will see which invites people to show their creativity. You don't have to be an artist, you just find a beautiful branch, put it up. Find a pretty acorn, put a couple up. So that's the gallery, the public gallery section. Then the next few sections are in progress. I still have the vines at the top. I took vines and branches to camouflage the poles. The last gate is my most beloved, my first niece. Her name is Sarah. And she was born just a couple months before I started this project. And I said, that's it. This is going to be my present to my Sierra. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Everyone's creative. Find that creativity and do something with it. Share it with the world, and the world will be very happy to share, to accept that offering.
Well, Deborah, thank you for creating such a beautiful space for others to create. I know that volunteer project took 300 hours, and we certainly appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it from this location, Leslie. Your turn.
Kelly, I made it over to McDermott Gardens in Bethesda, Maryland. I'm at the headquarters of the Brookside Gardens School of Botanical Art and Illustration. And I'd like to introduce you to Diane Barron. She's our chief instructor.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Diane.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks so much for taking the time out of your work to show me. and tell me a little bit more about the school. So what are you working on right now?
I'm putting the finishing touches on a project for Painting 310.
Oh, now that's the final class in the core curriculum of studies, is that correct?
Right, we have about, the core curriculum is constructed of 9 basic classes.
Really? Can you tell me more about the classes from start to finish?
Yes, the core classes start with a basic learning to see and drawing in 2 dimensions. And then we progress to a 3-dimensional class and basic painting skills in the first section. And then in the second session, we concentrate on the form in dimensional study. And then we progress to painting 205. And then we go on to field sketching.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, this is a wonderful exhibit. Field sketching, and then, let's see, we have drawing 309, and then painting 310.
Good. And how long would it take a student to complete all of these core classes?
Generally, it would take about 2 to 3 years to finish the classes.
So Diane, what I'm hearing you say is that this is really a very serious academic accredited series of classes that the serious adult artist would take.
That's correct, 18 and over, and it was designed by our director, Margaret Saul. She's a renowned botanical artist and science illustrator.
Very good. Now what about the kids who want to draw?
Generally, they take classes over at the Brookside Gardens Visitor Center.
Now what about for the casual artist, somebody like myself who doesn't know really how to draw or has an interest, may have limited drawing skills? Do you offer any workshops or classes like that?
Yes, in June we're going to have a Start Drawing Paint.
Oh, good.
So,
you're teaching that, is that
yes.
correct? Okay, good.
Yeah, so it's after about 9, that's a 9-hour class.
Wow.
And people are generally pretty surprised at what they can accomplish in 9 hours.
So in 9 hours I can learn how to draw?
We'll teach you the basics,
Oh,
yes.
good,
We can
good.
get you started.
Good.
So even if you have felt a little bit intimidated before, we'll give you some very interesting tools to start with.
Super. Now before I actually register for that class, if I wanted to learn more, don't you have an open house coming up in May?
Yes, there's a, on May 3rd from 2:30 till 4:30, we have an open house, and then again on May 11th from 2:30 to 4:30.
Okay, thank you so much, Diane. This was wonderful information. If anybody wants additional information, you can go to the Brookside Gardens website at www.brooksidegardens.org. Kelly?
Thanks, Leslie. Those botanical art drawings are something else. And speaking of something else, I got a few great items here at the gift shop. Hey, Mary, fancy meeting you here.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Folks, this is Mary Bradford, Director of the Parks Department.
And I'm sitting here with my friend, Mr. Bookfrog, who is a sculptor by an artist named Charles Smith. And he is typical of a lot of the art you can find in our parks. We have more than 24 public art sculptures in our parks. See if you can find them all. And we also offer lots of art classes in addition to the Botanical Illustration School. In fact, every nature center has art classes for kids and adults. And of course, the parks are a great place to bring your camera. We welcome your artistic endeavors and have over 30,000 acres of parkland to inspire you.
Thanks, Mary. Great suggestions. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and create something. Bye-bye.
Inspirational artwork.
Like this one, for instance.